Alright, here we go. Problem number 22 and 23. Okay, so it's good to use your cheat sheet in order to figure this out. Also, it's good to write the picture. Okay? So with this, I always just start with a simple right triangle. So I know where my right angle is. That's always C. Then I just kind of determine where A is. I like A being on the top here sometimes. That means little a is across from it, B and little b. Oops. Just kidding. Little b. Okay, so now I can plug things in. I know that little b is 15. And I know that little a is 8. And I start thinking about, do I have an 8 and 15 on my Pythagorean triples? And I do. 8, 15, 17. So right there, I don't have to do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay? The, oh man, where's my red? Oh, you show it. This becomes my automatic. You know? But let's say you didn't know it, what would you do to find it? So you would do a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So you would have 15 squared, or actually a is 8, so 8 squared plus 15 squared equals c squared. So then you would have 64 plus 225 equals c squared. And that would be 260 or 290. What? 279? No, 89. 289. Oh yeah, 289 would be 17. Sorry about that. So then I know that's 17. So I square root, and I get 17 equals c. So one way or another, we figure out what c is. The reason I need to know what c is because it's telling me sine A. And I know from sine that it's so. So sine is so that means sine of A is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Okay? And so what that means is that I'm looking for the opposite from angle A. The opposite from angle A is 8. And then the hypotenuse is always across from the right angle, so that's 17. Okay? And so, because 17 is prime, I can't reduce it, and I'm done. The sine of A is 8 over 17. Okay? If they ask for a decimal, then divide it out and give the decimal. Nearest tenth, hundredth, thousandth, whatever they ask for. Okay? So 23 is very much the same. You notice it's using a cosecant. I start this by doing the same thing. I want to create a picture. Okay? Always create a picture. Okay? From the picture, I figure out what's happening. Alright? Cosecant is a hoe. Okay? So, what that means is it's h over O. So from this picture, I determine what my h is, what my hypotenuse is. I determine what angle do I want to make theta. I don't care where I put theta. I just need to put it somewhere. Okay? So if I put theta up here, okay, that means my opposite is down here. If I put theta here, your opposite's over here. So it's all depending on where you want theta. The theory of relativity is based on the fact that the reality is different from one person's reality to another. Okay? It's relative. Right? And the same aspect is here. It's relative to the angle at which you're looking from. Okay? This side is opposite relative to this angle. That's all we're saying. Relative to that angle, this would be adjacent. Okay? And I'd like to list those because I don't know what I'm working with here. I know that this is HO because it's cosecant. Now I got to look at the sine, and I know that the sine is actually OH. So they're just inverses of each other. Right? So I didn't really need to do anything. Once I see that, if I understand that they're inverses, then I know that the sine of theta is the inverse of this. So it's 3/5. No big deal. Okay? But if I didn't know that, I would list this. I would be like, okay, H is 5. Opposite is 3. Does that fit? Okay, it does. So this is a 4. 3, 4, 5 triangle. That doesn't look right because this is short and this is long. It doesn't matter. This is math. Okay? It works for the math, not for the picture. Okay? We're not artists, we're mathematicians. Okay? It's all relative to what we are. So, the reason why I'm pointing this out is if they were to ask you, give me any other one. Anything else? Like cotangent or tangent. Give me one of those. Tangent, okay. If they were to give you, they say, okay, I want to know what tangent theta is. Now you know what it is because you know tangent is opposite over adjacent, right? And you know that opposite is 3, good. And adjacent is 4. And you're done. Now they didn't ask us that. I'm just saying, like on the test. That's what you would do. So in case it's not so easy as to just flip this, you know, you might have to plug in some numbers and then plug it into the formula. Questions? Anyone? Questions? All right.